Now for a brief introduction by David Clark and his guided tour. To get the full story, you have to come here yourself. Please do.
They carried on from there. Now, the water wheel was replaced later on by a what's called a lapels turbine, and the water had no way of escaping. The speed of the turbine, or if there was a lack of water, you'd have it full open. And there was two of these turbines installed in the mill. Yeah, it was the amount of water coming down. Yeah. Yes, the head would be the same, but the amount of the mill has been altered many times over the years. It's not what you know. It's not the original four-stone mill. It's had right. And each farmer's wheat would be given a code number, so they knew that you provided 1,000 bags. Buy just any old wheat. It had to be checked before they would buy it, and they might put it in the bin here and blend the wheat to get the best flour. Does anybody know what you do? What it's called when you put a different wheats in? Grist to the mill.
Oh, yeah.
You've all heard of that now? Yes, grist to the mill. So that was around. Right, inputs, outputs, all on the same floor. And this is the flour packing machine. Flour packing. And if you off, put it on these scales here and see if the balance is in the right spot. And if it's too much, take a bit out or put a bit in. So you've got your system that's packed into the sacks, and one side is bran and the other is pollard. And that's the outer part of the turbine, is the stop. Sticks and bits of rubbish floating down. And also, what else do you think might get in the turbine?
Eels.
Oh, eels would come up.
Don't go good in the turbine.
Actually, it's not. Coming back towards us at the top. Regulated so that you couldn't go and make flour unless you had that entitlement. Only wheat, clean wheat, and it's all dressed up on the top floor basically, and then stored in bins above your heads there. And there's 5 bins, and you can see all the wooden chutes, and you can turn one off and one on, and then it comes down, it's all along here, down this wooden tube here, over some magnets in case some metal parts are falling off, through what is called a feed governor. Now most of the equipment in the mill is of English origin, but there's the odd piece of American equipment, and this being one of it. Now, it's quite simple, it's just like a weighing scales, wicks on weights, levers, and if there's not enough good flour, 2 little wheat going in, you'll get less production. Right, folks? Now, we recorded over the years, if you come down further, we put them on a board. In 1868, according to the newspapers, it was about 2 foot. The mill closed right up, and nobody ever recorded them. It comes down that tube there, through around the bearings there, and the outside of this is covered with silk, with different size meshes. That would run the whole length of this, falls to the outside. And it goes down the next screen, and so on. So from the 6 inputs, there are 20 outlets. Originally, this was covered with cast iron plates. It's not, did some research and I got different figures. And yeah, so it would be dried, and then you also like 2 beaters, flaps on it, and the sack is fed in there and it's pulling it, beating heck out of it. Now, turn it in for the end because you had to have a grip on it. Quite a dusty job, and that would be there. Then you turn it inside here, and nicely made wooden cabinet. If the dust in the grain, there's a wee crease in the grain of wheat, and if you left that dust in there, it would come through very fine. It would show up as specks in the flour. Alright. Which is of American origin. And if you can read all that, it's quite interesting reading. They had the right end that goes through again. It does, and what doesn't, it's carried over. On seeds amongst your wheat. If you left that in there, you would not get good flour. You can see them all arranged in behind me there. And depending on the disc indentations, was what they pick up. This particular disc would pick up very small seeds. They're carried up. This is travelling about 60 revs per minute, immersed in the product. It's going to squeak up to there
12 hours before it could be milled.
So just bring the moisture content down to 15, spreading them in the main truck line or thereabouts. So they can bring railway wagon surplus out of the bring gun carriers. Here's some photos of a mill which taken part in 1948. Where that equipment's gone. And here we go, the last bag of flour, about 2 days before Christmas, 1976. So here's the last bag. Here's some of the staff, the workers. And here you see what happens, flood times. So here's a sample of wheat. And the farmer brings it in and he says, yeah, you buy that wheat. And I'm pretty sure the minute it's like, but you're on the right track. Yeah, the flour got a rinse and then either picked up just a bit of wash, health and safety. All in place, okay? Contact.